Alrighty, good morning, my friends. Welcome back to another episode of Walk to 100. Guys, what a crazy start to the day. I'm sure a lot of you guys' portfolios are up by quite a bit, and I want to talk about that. My portfolio is definitely up a lot as well. Very exciting day. A little bit unlike, quite the opposite of yesterday, actually. But anyway, we're going to get into that. I'll show you what's going on in my portfolio this morning. We'll see what's causing this substantial rise in our portfolios and have a little bit of fun. So before we get into all that, though, let's do a quick calorie count. Let me show you. Let me tell you where I'm at right now. So I've been walking for about 45 minutes. Okay, and I've gone 1.75 miles exactly, and we are at about 4,600 steps. So with that said, guys, can you guess what's the count? What's the calorie count? Let me know your guess in the live chat or in the comments below if you're watching the replay. I'm curious to see who's going to be the closest today. Let's see. And while you guys are submitting that, let me just go through the chat real quick and say what's up to everyone. Morning, Riaz. We got Thomas. Morning, Thomas. Vincent. Hey, Vince. Miguel, what's going on? Luis, good morning. Tortoise, what's happening, man? We got Fast Eddie, Jamie, Ciaz, excuse me, and Rob as well. The gang's all here. Okay, so Luis thinks 85 calories. Thomas says 89. Michael says 85. Sebastian 93. 87. 82. 92. 83. We got Steven who says, good morning, Ryan. Keep winning. You too, my friend. Thank you for tuning in. Happy to see you. Rob 87. Tortoise says 88. Okay. Good guess. Alex says 90. We are at, guys, 91 calories so far this morning. So all of you guys were actually really, really close. But I think when I first asked, it was like 89. So any of you guys who guessed between that range, 89, 91, you were pretty much spot on. But anyway, guys, with that out of the way, let's jump over to the screen and talk about just a little bit what's happening in the world of dividend investing and what's causing our portfolios to rise so much. So if we go over to the screen here real quick, you can see we're at Seeking Alpha. Excuse me. This is the main headline, and I apologize for the coughing, guys. I'm like 95% better today. Yeah, I would imagine tomorrow will be 100% better, completely better. So, but just a little bit more congestion. So I apologize. But anyway, this is what's causing our portfolios to rise today. CPI and headline inflation, which is the consumer price index, hits 0 in October. So I think month over month, the inflation didn't rise at all for CPI. And then core inflation rises less than expected. So if we scroll down, taking a look a little bit about this, or looking a little bit more into this, excuse me, the CPI index indicated 0 inflation month over month in October, less than the 0.1% increase expected. Excuse me. On a year-over-year basis, the CPI climbed 3.2%, so it's not like inflation is non-existent. We still got it, but month over month, it didn't rise at all. So that was a good sign. And then this quote here, CPI came in below expectations across the board as the increase in health insurance was offset by a sharp decline in all this other stuff here. So here we go. This is a pretty key statement too. With CPI coming in flat month over month versus an expected rise, it could suggest that the economy is now decelerating faster than previously thought. And if the economy is decelerating at a faster rate, could increase the likelihood that they will not need to raise rates again. We'll see what happens. But this is what's pushing all our portfolios up today. We're seeing a lot of stocks around the market with very substantial gains in share price. And we'll take a look at that real quick. We're going to go back over to the screen here, take a look at the watch list once again. And in case this is your first time tuning in, by the way, you might be wondering, excuse me, might be wondering why am I walking? What's going on here? So as you know, this video series is called Walk to 100. This is our 7th episode. I've got my little walking pad treadmill down here, right here at my standing desk, which, by the way, you can check out this treadmill. There's a link to it in the description of the video. Highly recommend it. Burned a lot of great calories on this thing so far. But anyway, my goal with this is kind of like my morning routine. I've been standing here for, just walking for about 50 minutes now. And this is what I do every single morning. I get up and read and have some coffee. Then I'll come here, watch some YouTube, see what's going on in the market, read some articles, do a little bit of stock research. And at some point, I just figured, I might as well just start streaming this. This is kind of fun. This is kind of interesting. I'm going to be doing this anyway, so I might as well put that out there. Hence this video today, hence the name Walk to 100, because the rule is we cannot stop streaming until I hit 100 calories, and I'm getting pretty dang close. But we'll probably go for another 15, 20 minutes today. But anyway, going back over to the watch list, guys. A lot of stocks with some crazy gains today. So let's categorize this by best performing. Look at this, guys. MPW's up 11.25%. Crazy. VFC, who's taken quite the beating this year, they're up 10.88%. KRC in my own portfolio is up 9.35%. We've got all these other ones here up 7.5%, 7.5%, 7%, 6%. Very crazy. And it just, the green does not stop. So many crazy gains today. So that's what's happening around the market. In my own portfolio, guys, if we take a look at its performance so far this morning, really big jump for me. I'm up 1.73% for the morning, almost $1,000 gain, you know, and it's not even 7.0. Well, it's not even 7.10. Portfolio is currently staying at $54,671, so quite a big jump. And I do believe if we go over here, I think this might be the highest market value that I've ever seen in this portfolio right here. I think $49,230 or so. This might be my my highest value ever. If we go down here, I think it's about there. Yeah, I haven't updated that for a little bit, but I think this might be the highest I've ever seen this portfolio value. And if we go back over to Seeking Alpha, just looking at some of my best and worst performers for the day, we already saw KRC's up quite a bit. But I have some others that are doing well as well. Lowe's up 4.4%. Williams-Sonoma 4.3%. WP Carey up over 4%. And then quite a few others here. Realty Income, Snap-on, Intel, Apple, Southern Company, all up, over 1%. In fact, there is not a single stock in the red today in my portfolio, which is pretty nice. But with that said, guys, I actually want to hear from you. What's going on in your portfolio this morning? How much are you up today? What is your best performer? I'm curious to know. Let me know that in the live chat or in the comments below. Yeah, B still says, it'd be kind of funny, Ryan, to have the camera cut your feet walking on the treadmill. That would be interesting. I could get like a second camera angle and just put it right down here. Yeah, Luis says, this usually happens a day or two before I get cash in to buy. The market knows it and goes green. Yep. That's how it goes sometimes, man. But there's still deals and discounts out there. You know what I mean? There's still stocks out there that you could buy. Not in the red, but today at least, but ones that are still looking pretty undervalued. I've got quite a few in my portfolio. So let's see. Vince here says, I'm down for today regarding the EUR USD spike. Okay. Luis says, all my portfolio going green except for HTGC. Tortoise says up over 2%. Extra space storage up another 7% today. Wow-wee. Thomas says, Home Depot, killer earnings up 6%. Nice. Jeff, I just hit over 5K. Good job. Just started in June this year, currently adding $500 per month. That's incredible, Jeff. Good job, my friend. Keep it up. Let's see. Rob says, I'm up 1.45%. Best performers is Macy's, ticker symbol M, which you don't ever hear talked about. Up 6.7%. Wow. Let's go. I think I need to add Macy's to the watch list. Let's go over here. Check out Macy's real quick. I don't think it's on the watch list. I probably want to keep an eye on this one. Look how much it's down in the last year. It's down 44%. Holy cow. What's the dividend stats looking like on this bad boy? I mean, I see it's got a high yield. Okay, according to this, it has a low payout ratio, but it must have just cut its dividend. Because the 5-year growth rate's negative 15%, 0 years of growth. And my guess is that they cut it. Okay, yeah, so it looks like they eliminated it back in 2020 and then brought it back about a year and a half later at a lower rate. So, kind of a bummer. Looks like it was making some great strides prior to that. Well, no, they cut it back in 2009 as well. Very interesting. Okay, what else is going on here? So, Mike says, walk to Omaha and buy Berkshire. Yeah, so on the topic of Berkshire, I've been reading that book, The Snowball. I wish I had it with me. I'd show you guys the cover, but it's in my room. I've been reading that book, The Snowball, which is the Warren Buffett biography. And, going into it, I was a bit intimidated because it's like a 700-page book. And I've been used to reading, 200 pagers, 300 pagers, somewhere in that range, basically half the size. And so, excuse me. Sorry, guys, that was probably loud. Um, and so I thought this was going to be a mission to get through, but I have not been able to put the book down. I started it, I think, less than 2 weeks ago, maybe about 2 weeks ago, and I'll probably be done with it today, actually, today or tomorrow morning. So really, really good book. Like I said, it's been a hard one to put down. I'd highly recommend all of you guys read it and check it out. Big book, but it's a really interesting read, and I think you guys you'd learn a lot too, just about Buffett and investing and stuff like that. And I think if you're going to be doing this for a long period of time, it makes sense to study one of the best to ever do it, and that's a really good way to do so. So anyway, CA's up 2.2%. Nice. Best performer is ARE. We got Suzuki Man in the building. Good morning, my friend. Let's see. Jamie's up 0.7%. Biggest gain is ABR. Okay. Nice. Oh, there we go. Will says logging in to find him up $108. Nice. Realty income jump. SCHD jumped a bit. AT&T in the green across the board. Yep. And on that note, on the topic of AT&T, guys, tune into tomorrow's video. As soon as I'm done with this, I've got to film that. But tune into tomorrow's video. I'm going to be talking about stocks like AT&T, Intel, Verizon, stuff like that. So kind of an interesting video. Wanted to share a few thoughts on a few of those type of companies in my portfolio. So definitely tune into that. Let's see. Sebastian says up about 2% in ETF portfolio. Tesla's up 4%. Okay. Yeah, Tara said, sorry I'm late. I got distracted by actual work stuff. No big deal. I know how it goes. Not really, but I can imagine. Let's see. Adam says 3M up 2.5%. Or Adon, excuse me. Oh, this is cool. Tara says, I live in Omaha. My dad taught Warren Buffett's kids to swim. Very cool. That's super cool. Let's see. Alex, realty income up 4% and MPW. Yeah. Well, that says 112.5%. We know it's a little bit lower than that. Let's see here. Oh, this is a good question. So B still says, Ryan, when do you think you may actually pull the trigger on one of these companies on your watch list to actually begin a new position? That's a really good question. I'm feeling antsy. I'm starting to feel antsy. Just because there's a couple on there that I really do want. I actually just added a new stock to the watch list last night, and at some point soon I want to make a video kind of going deeper into the watch list and just kind of talk about each stock that's on there. But I think right now I've got 5 different stocks that I'm looking at. And it just yeah, I don't know. I don't know when I may pull the trigger. Maybe when it seems like I actually don't really know how to answer the question. But I don't want to rush into it too soon. I want to try and be patient and be smart about my entry point, with whichever one I do decide to add. At the top of my list right now is Rollins, ticker symbol ROL. Talked about that one before. I'll be talking about it a little bit more in tomorrow's video as well. But we'll see what happens. I think I did have a little bit of an opportunity to actually start a position in Rollins recently, but I missed it. It was getting close to being at about $30 per share, and I've got some price targets for that company, price alerts set for that company. So if it hits those, I'd consider adding. But yeah, I'm trying to be patient. And in the meantime, I've got quite a few stocks in my portfolio I can average down on. Realty Income, Johnson & Johnson, WP Carey. So I've got things to keep me occupied while I'm waiting. So, but really good question. Thank you for asking that. Let's see. Jeff says, currently down year to date. However, started off chasing the high yields and other sketchy stocks. Thanks to this channel, wow, and Professor G, I was able to get on track. Chalk losses up to tuition, I suppose. Exactly. That's exactly how you should look at it. We all make mistakes. And, we all got to start somewhere. And investing is a journey of discovery and constant learning. So as you go along, you kind of sometimes, unfortunately, have to buy the companies or buy the stocks that end up not working out to learn the lesson. And that just, it's like you said, it's just tuition. So, but yeah, keep it up. I'm actually on the topic of Professor G. I'm gonna actually meet up with him, I think, next Monday. So be sure to snag a picture or something when I'm with him to show you guys. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna do a little double date, go to dinner. Let's see here. Keep going. Yeah, okay. Finally, Jeff says, finally caught you on. There you go. Adon says there was an article that said Lowe's stock is performing better than its earnings. I don't have any thoughts on that. I'm happy to be a Lowe's shareholder, and it's one of my bigger positions. And I was recently buying it when it was lower below my average cost per share. But no, I don't have any thoughts on I don't have any thoughts on Lowe's. But anyway, guys, let's see where we're at now. So we are at 110 calories. Okay, so we have crossed the threshold. We have officially met our mark and then some, which is kind of becoming the trend, right? Like, it seems like I probably need to either start walking a little bit later or slow down my pace a little bit, because, you know, coming on to the stream with 90 calories under my belt already, doesn't leave us much stream time. But anyway, so what was that? 109 calories. Been going for 62 minutes. Okay, 2.15 miles. Wow. And just under 6,000 steps. That's my favorite part about this. I mean, the calories are cool, but it's really fun to see, you know, before 7:20 in the morning, burning or walking 6,000 steps. You know, if 10,000 is like the golden benchmark, already, you know, 3/5 of the way there, 60% of the way there. So that's really cool. And I always, like, after this, I'll usually have some breakfast and then go actually like lift and get that workout in. And I usually do some more cardio down there as well. So I get that 10,000, no problem. Let's see, what else can we talk about, guys? Anything else? I think it's probably getting pretty close to wrapping it up. Is there anything else? Any other questions from you guys? Anything else you want to talk about before we call it a day here? Leonardo says, Professor G, one of your dividend boyfriend. He's just one of my good friends. You know, I've been fortunate enough to make some really good friends doing this. It's just a, you know, a lot of the creators in this space, at least pretty much all the ones that I've interacted with, have all been really cool. I've made some, like I said, really good friends making these videos and being on this journey with all these people like Nolan, like Russ, Harris, Ari, Darth. I'm leaving some out. JJ. Yeah, I've met some really cool people, and I feel very fortunate to have connected with these people who are kind of doing the same thing. It's you got to have your own. You know, they get it. You're all kind of working towards the same thing, so it's cool that we are in that together. So there we go. Rob says, I hop on the Peloton when you start. Managed to get it to 165 calories. That's great. That's what I want. You know, I'd love it if there's so many. How do I say this? One of the motivations for this stream was, and I've talked about this before, I'll talk about it again, was I just see so many parallels between, you know, getting in shape and health and fitness and investing, you know, physical health and financial health. There's just so many parallels between the two. There's especially a lot of symmetry between dividend investing and what we're doing here right now. So walk to 100, you know, we're burning these calories, getting to 100 calories step by step. But at the same time, when it comes to building a dividend portfolio, you know, that doesn't happen in one foul swoop either. That's very much also step by step, you know, contributions every single week, one dividend payment at a time reinvested. I always talk about it being a slow burn. Well, getting in shape is much the same. So, and I kind of, you know, I like being able to do this to demonstrate that, I suppose. And it's cool. It's cool to hear, you know, when people like Rob here kind of taking the same approach and, talking about stocks and starting the morning off this way while also, getting the workout out of the way as well. I think it's a good way to start the day. So, yeah, do like Jamie says, click the like button if you've not done so already. Appreciate the content. Thank you, Jamie. And Tortoise, thank you for saying this. You've helped me more than I can express. I appreciate you a ton, man. Back at you. I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate all the support. And yeah, all you guys following along as I spout my gibberish day in and day out. So, that's a good question. Jeff says, are you able to put it on incline? We'll provide a little more resistance and burn way more calories. Yeah, I know. No, I'm not able to put this on an incline. But I do a lot of incline walking. So like I mentioned, when I go do my actual workout, I'll usually wrap it up with some time on the treadmill, and I'll crank that incline like all the way up. And yeah, it makes such a big difference. So Ryan says, let's get a bull market going, get us all to 100K. There you go. But anyway, guys, I think this is going to be a pretty good place to wrap it up. Before I go, let's see, what do I want to share here? I don't know. I don't really have anything to share. I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. This live stream series has been a lot of fun to do so far. I think I need to probably, because I can just kind of wing it. So I think I need to come up with a more concrete direction with this, which is something I'll work on and chip away at as time goes on. But anyway, guys, final count before we wrap it up. 6,300 steps, 116 calories, 67 minutes, and 2.3 miles. So we'll hit the pause button there. And well, last comment here before we close it out. Louise, my wife is about to approve me going to Vegas to hang out with you and Russ, hopefully. So I agree. This is a great community. Happy to call you all boyfriends and girlfriends. There you go. Love it. Will says almost to $1 a day dividend goal. Going back to this real quick, one thing I'd like to do at some point, I've talked about it before, but I'd love to start doing some in-person dividend happy hours here in Vegas. And I know there's quite a few members of the community who actually live in Vegas, which is very cool. So I'd imagine it'll, we can get a good group going and maybe do like monthly meetups, and hopefully it can be something that grows from there. I'm just kind of thinking out loud. But we got Dave here. I know he's a Vegas guy. But anyway, we're gonna wrap it up there. If I don't stop now, I'm gonna be standing here all day. But you guys got to get to work. You guys got to start your days. But we'll be back again tomorrow. We'll be back again for episode 8 of Walk to 100. And one thing that's on my to-do list, I don't know if I'll do it today, but I need to come up with some better notes for this stream, because I don't want to just wing it. I want this to have a bit more of a cohesive direction. But anyway, guys, once again, just thinking out loud, I will seriously wrap it up there. But I hope you guys have a really good day. Thank you once again so much for tuning in. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good one.